Hello students, welcome back. Today we are continuing our computer network chapter. That last topic is cookies and browser settings. So, what is a cookies? So, cookies are small bits of data stored as text file on a browser website. Use those small bits of data to keep track of users and enable user specific. Means when you use email, suppose Gmail, and you will enter your name and password and sign in. The next time the browser will ask to remember this password, this type of options is will available. But when you save, click on save this, then your username and password automatically save in your computer in a text file. So this text file is called cookies. Okay, so in a cookies your sensual and your valuable data, username, password is available in encrypted form. Okay, or suppose you sign out to your account, next time you open your account, so directly it will open. Next time it will not ask username as password, it will open, because with the help of cookies stored information, it will directly send to the server and match this your username and password and will automatically open your Gmail account fastly. So this is called a cookies. So what is a cookies? Each cookie is effectively a small lookup table containing pairs of key and data values. Okay, key, we can say this is a key. Our key is username, our key is password, this kind of title, and values is actual username and actual password. This is called data. Once the cookie has been read by the code on the server or client computer, the data can be retrieved and used to customize the web page appropriately. Features means no need to again type your username and password. It will automatically send to the server and it will match and open your Gmail account directly. Suppose you want to have a counter of a web page to access it 3 times only. This value can be stored over user computer as first attempt. It will be 1, then 2, and then 3 on next time. The server will not allow to access this page. So we can also count our website accessing with the help of cookies information. When are cookies created? Writing data to cookie is usually done when a new web page is loaded with code to create cookies. Each time you use a new kind of service, so first time new kind of service store the information in your computer. So first time, next time it will automatically send to the server. Okay, no need to type again and again. Why are cookies used? Cookies are an easiest way to carry information from one session on a website to another or between sessions on related websites without having to burden a server machine with a massive amount of data stored. And storing the data on the server without using cookies would also be problematic, because it would be difficult to retrieve a particular user information without requiring a login or each visit to the website. So some little bit piece of information always say on your client computer, on your computer. then this information will not save on the server computer, okay, because thousands of users, internet users, always access different kind of website, different kind of email services. So each time server will not hold the password and username to keep remember. So it is beneficial for us. We can directly open our ID, email accounts and other services to keep track of various services. Okay, how long does a cookie last? The time of expiry of a cookie can be set through using server-side scripting language when the cookie is created. By default, the cookie is destroyed when the current browser window is closed, but it can be made to persist for an arbitrary length of time after that. Normally, when you close your browser window, the cookies will destroy, but some kind of cookie will persist. Means after closing the browser window, the cookies will not destroy. Some cookies will not destroy. Next time when you again open the browser window and using any email account service, it will again directly open. Okay, so depend on the when we create our website. So on server side scripting setting will control our cookies life. Okay, how secure are cookies? Cookies are not a threat, not a threat to privacy, since they can be used to store information that user has volunteered or that the web server already has. Okay, so sometimes cookie will create a problem, but if you use encrypted cookies, so another person will not understand directly. But without encrypted cookies, so it will create a problem, because any person open your computer and read the cookie files and see your username password directly without encrypted thing. Okay, so what are the tracking cookies? Some commercial website may include embedded advertising material which is served from a third party sites, and it is possible to store a cookie for that third party site containing information fed it to the containing site. Such information might include the name of the site, particular products being viewed, etc. Then third party can advertise you in future with the help of tracking cookies. Okay, so when you visit a website and then third party website always watch you and keep track which type of website you access normally. So this kind of information will be stored in a temporary cookies file, and this file will be used by third party application and send advertisement according to your interest. Are cookies enabled in my browser? When a web page with cookies is opened, a pop-up with cookies is opened, a pop-up appear to enable cookies. If browser setting is disabled for cookies, we can also check it through browser setting options. Okay, so it depends on browser setting. You can see the settings, enable the cookies, disable the cookies. So if we disable the cookies, so cookies will not work. If we enable the cookies, then it will work. So we can say cookies are the temporary file which can hold sensitive information. Next time it will directly send to the server to open anything without entering the username and password and anything. Okay, now last topic is different browser have different kind of browser settings. Suppose Google browser is a big web browsing software. Generally we can use only viewing a website, downloading, uploading, but in the browser there are so many different kind of options are available. Okay, so suppose no more notification request. Okay, suppose you want to control this option, so you can move Chrome. First you open Google Chrome, then move the settings, then you can see the content option, then you can see notification, and on the notification you can control notification request, get around 8 blocking. Okay, suppose you when you open the website or when you see a video on a YouTube, so ads coming again and again, so it will create irritating. So we can also control this thing, but here Chrome, then we move settings, then content, and we can use JavaScript. Then we can also control the ad blocking, font and sizing. If you want to control the font and size of our viewing web page or website, so you can use Chrome settings and we can use fonts. The next is review passwords. For review password you can use Chrome settings and you can see the password option. Okay, now customize startup pages. Okay, so to customize our startup pages you can use Chrome settings on startup options. Okay, send a don't track request. To control this option we can use Chrome, then click settings, then we can use privacy. Suppose set flash to ask first. For this purpose you can use Chrome settings and content, mic and camera access. Okay, this is a general purpose option, we always need this. So mic and camera we can allow. For this we can use Chrome settings and content option, then we can control this option. Send reports to Google if anything problematic thing will occur. So you can also send this report to the Google browser helpline, so it will rectify your problem. So for this, open Chrome, then move settings, then synchronize setup. Okay, if any setting unknowingly will disturb, so we can again use reset, or we can also use default setting. Reset Chrome to default setting. Okay, if you ever break Chrome by accident or want to reset everything, it's super easy. Scroll to the bottom of the setting and then click advanced. Then on a Mac operating system you can use Chromebook or on a Linux. In this operating system we can use under the reset settings, click restore settings to their original defaults and reset setting. Okay, or Windows, generally we always use Windows, so under the reset and cleanup, click reset settings and reset settings. Okay, so accidentally if we already changed some settings, it will create a problem, so again we can move on default setting. Okay, but in Mozilla Firefox this is a different web browser, so here something you can control on your browser setting. Homepage, font and color and downloads, you can open Mozilla Firefox, then you go and use option, then general. Search bar and search engine, you can open Mozilla Firefox, option, then search. Forms, password, history, cookies and security, this type of option you can control. Option, privacy and security. In this settings you can open and control these. Firefox account, you can open Mozilla Firefox, then option, then Firefox accounts. So this kind of options you can control according to your choice. And here again one thing is, If any settings will create problem, so you can again move the default or reset setting of Mozilla Firefox to default setting. For this purpose, click the menu icon and then click on help. Click on Firefox main menu button represented by 3 horizontal lines dot dot dot. Then click troubleshooting information. Again you will see the 3 dots. Then again click on refresh Firefox, confirm and click finish. Okay, so we again cancel our previous setting and again move the reset setting on Mozilla Firefox. Suppose you can use the Internet Explorer browser setting. So this type of work you can also control. Suppose home page, browsing history, appearance, font color, this type of browser setting you can use tools, internet option and general. Okay, now security level for zones. Suppose internet, local internet, trusted sites, restricted sites. Suppose this kind of thing you can control tools, internet options, and you can use security. Suppose for privacy and pop-up blocker, so you can use Internet Explorer, then click on tools, click on internet options and you can use privacy option. Okay, now parental control and autocomplete, so you can use tools, internet options and content. Okay, set up internet connection, you can use tools, internet options, then connections. For default web browser and add-ons, okay, so you can use tools, internet options and programs. So in this one by one option you can open and control this thing. Last thing is accessibility, browsing and multimedia and security. This type of thing you can control. Open Internet Explorer, tools, internet option and advanced settings. Okay, reset Internet Explorer to default setting. If any one setting you can use and if it will create problem, so again you can reset and move to default settings. So for this purpose, click on tools, internet option and advanced and then again click on reset, then okay. So again back to the in original state. Okay, so this kind of browser settings you can see. So in this chapter we discuss this type. In complete chapter we already discussed this kind of things. We already discussed the introduction to introduction to networks. We already discussed type of network, LAN, main and WAN, networking device, modem, hub, switch, repeater, router, gateway, network topologies, star, bus, tree, mesh, introduction to internet, URL, www and its application, web, email, chat, VoIP and website introduction, difference between a website and web page, static versus dynamic web page, web server and hosting of a website, and last we have discussed web browser introduction, commonly used web browser, browser settings, add-ons and plugins and cookies. So this chapter have completed. So and here one thing you can keep in mind, the difference between HTML language and XML language. Okay, this is also important thing. HTML means hypertext markup language, XML means extensible markup language. In 10th class you already we have already discussed about thing. Okay, HTML support predefined tags, means we cannot change, but in XML we can use user defined tags, means we can change, we can create your own tag. Okay, HTML is a flexible language, means it is not a case sensitive, means lowercase, uppercase and any kind of tags we can use easily, but XML is a case sensitive language, means uppercase belong to uppercase, lowercase belong to lowercase. We cannot change opening and closing tag case because it required. Okay, here in HTML, closing opening and closing, some closing tag is not compulsory, we can skip this, but in XML we must use opening tag and we must use closing tags. Okay, HTML is a simple language, okay, but XML is a difficult language, okay, structure language. Okay, so this type of main differences. Okay, so keep in mind. Okay, students, submit your assignment today and last before assignment also. Okay, thank you, students.